Hello, everyone. My name is Mackenzie.
My name's Kavina.
And my name's Mia.
And welcome to
The Couch Potato Lab,
the show where we bring the science to you. It's going to be so exciting. It's all about the history of scientific theory. That's right, history. It's going to be so exciting. I just can't wait. But I don't know. Things are looking a little weird around here.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
And I'm not really sure. So, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to look around and try to figure out what's happening around here because something is strange. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to let my scientists that I brought today introduce themselves. Who do I have on my left?
Hey everyone, my name is Kavina. My pronouns are she, her. And a fun fact about me is I've been in 3 musicals in my lifetime, and in all 3 musicals, I played the role of a conjoined twin.
All right. Very, very cool. That is some fact. All right.
You guys seem creeped out.
Well, I'm telling you, it's something, all right. Now, my name is Mackenzie, as I was saying before. My pronouns are she, her. And a fun fact about myself is that I love Halloween. And I love Halloween so much because I love pumpkins. And I love pumpkins because they taste good. And they taste good because pumpkin spice everything is amazing. And there you have it. That's my fun fact.
That's why you like Halloween, because of the pumpkin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to continue looking around, and who do we have on my right?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Mia. My pronouns are she, her. And a fun fact about me is that my favorite food is stuffed peppers.
Stuffed peppers.
Yes.
That's I haven't heard that one very often.
I love
okay.
stuffed peppers, too.
They're so good.
All right. So before we get started, we just want to acknowledge that we are coming to you live from Treaty 4 territory. That is home of the Nehewak, Nakaway, Dakota, Lakota, Nakota people, as well as the homeland of the Métis Michif Nation. And we just want to recognize that we're sharing this land. We will be for a long time, and we're also going to be sharing knowledge with you today. And we invite you to recognize where you're situated today as well. Now, guys,
this isn't looking good.
No. So
This isn't how it normally is.
no, and
The potatoes are gone.
the couch.
The potatoes are right here.
What?
My poor potato friends, I'm so sorry.
Oh goodness! And
Yeah.
look, oh my goodness, everyone, these beakers, these test tubes, they're empty. They're knocked over. Okay, something is wrong
Something
here.
happened in here.
Someone
Something happened here last night.
Yes, someone destroyed the couch potato lab. You know what?
'Kay.
We need to change everything. We
Yeah.
cannot scrap the history idea. We had a whole episode planned on the history of science. We can't do it. Instead, we need to figure out who did it. Who done it?
Who done it?
Who done this?
I think between the 3 of us, I think we can put our scientific knowledge and skills together and figure out who trashed the couch potato lab.
Yes.
Can we do it?
Yes. Okay. So, we need. What are we gonna do here, Mia?
'Kay,
What's the very first step?
Okay, I really think that we should put some crime scene tape up to show that there has been something that's happened.
Yeah, we
That's a
gotta
good
block
idea,
the
Mia.
scene. We gotta
Yeah.
block the
Let's
scene.
block the scene.
And we got to do this because we got to make sure that there's no one else who enters because they can't tamper the evidence. So we're going to take a few minutes here. We're going to prepare the scene. All right, here
Block
we go.
the scene. Very convenient. We had some crime scene tape hanging around the
Yeah.
studio.
Well, you just never know when things are going to go astray around here. It's been people have been acting weird lately, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up here, but we got to get to the bottom of this, and we got to get to the bottom of this fast.
Okay. Mia, do you want to help me out?
Yeah.
I see that there's some footprints here as well, so we don't want to tamper with that. Let's block off the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Those look like awfully big footprints. I don't know what's happening. Maybe it's Bigfoot.
This is getting so
yeah.
crazy. Oh my
My
goodness.
tape is not sticky.
We got the police
That
coming.
is right. We need to make sure we got the professionals here.
Is there more tape?
We got
More
more tape.
tape.
Yeah.
Oh, there.
Of course.
We got it.
All
We got
right.
it.
Okay. So
Oh, we don't got it.
we got to make sure that we're blocking the scene. Okay. So we're gonna figure this out together. I am certain that we're gonna do this. But Mia, what are we doing today? What are we gonna have to shift this to? What is gonna be our theme now?
Yeah. So now we are going to have to change this totally, and we're going to be doing forensic science. And forensic science is a mixture of three different sciences: biology, chemistry, and physics. And they put all of their tools together, and the basis of this is to find out what happened in a crime scene or any type of scene. So they need to look at all of the different evidences that could have happened, look at their DNA, all of the different things that could help us figure out who did this or who done it.
Who done it?
Yeah. So good. We did the tape and we got it all blocked off. The next thing that we need to do though is we need to look at evidence, and we can see right here that there's some really clear evidence right there.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna measure the footprints to see how large they are for our evidence. So this is in inches, and this is about exactly 20, or no, this is not inches. Yeah, it is. 20 inches.
20
All right,
inches.
so-
okay.
So we're gonna be making sure that we take lots of notes here, because I gotta gather all this up so we can make the right decision at the end, because we need to know for certain exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Now, one piece of evidence isn't enough. We need to gather a bunch. So I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna be taking some notes here so I don't forget anything at all. But so you measured that.
20 inches. That's a large
That
foot.
is large. It doesn't
Let's
really
remember
look
that.
like a human foot though.
It doesn't.
It-
I'm thinking Sasquatch. It's got to be a
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch. I
Okay.
don't know. It has very big feet, so let's remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big feet.
But wait a second. I'm just thinking, so this morning when I got here, you two were already here. I let you in so
Yeah.
you could set up for your history episode.
Yeah.
And you know what? There's no saying it wasn't one of you.
Mackenzie, that is
No.
ridiculous. We're early. We're morning people. We're early bird gets the worm. We like to be here and set up.
Okay, but
We're punctual.
you know what? I know what they say. You're innocent until proven guilty, but what if I could prove that one of you is guilty? You know?
Oh.
You can
Trust
try
me.
all you want. It
Well-
wasn't me.
Yeah, test us.
You know what?
Come on.
Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to gather some evidence, but first, I'm going to interview each one of you. Now, first I'm going to start with Mia. I'm going to be taking some notes here, and I'm going to interview you,
Okay.
because I'm not sure if it was you. You know, you're not getting off easy yet.
Yeah, Mia's looking a little guilty all of a sudden.
All right.
Getting red, Mia.
You're on the record, Mia.
All right.
First question. What were you doing yesterday afternoon?
Yesterday afternoon, I went for a very long walk, and then I watched a little bit of TikTok.
Practicing your TikTok dances.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Nice.
Practicing my TikTok dances.
Okay, question number 2. What were you wearing yesterday?
Yesterday, I was wearing a pink dress, and I was wearing sandals,
Okay.
and my hair was down, if
Oh.
that's needed.
Okay. What were you doing last night at exactly 10:04 p.m.?
At 10:04 p.m., that's very exact.
Yeah, for a reason, but I'm not telling you yet.
I was watching a movie with my family.
Okay. Interesting. And what's your favorite thing about science, Mia?
Oh, my favorite thing about science is biology and learning cool facts about it.
Biology. Interesting. Okay, and what's your favorite color?
My favorite color is pink.
Pink. Okay. One last question, Mia.
Mm-hmm.
What is your experience with eyes and the Couch Potato Lab?
Well, I've been on the Couch Potato Lab multiple times filming episodes, and I'm a camper instructor.
All right. So I have that all noted down. You know, I'll keep that in my brain. But Kavina,
Yeah.
it's your turn to get interviewed.
I'm nervous. I shouldn't be, but okay.
Nervous, agitated, flustered, guilty.
All right, get to the questions. Just get to the questions.
Okay, let's see. Question number 1. What were you doing yesterday afternoon?
Skateboarding. I do a lot of skateboarding on my afternoons.
Skateboarding. Okay. Quick
Still trying to
answer
learn that.
there. Well, okay. Number 2. What were you wearing yesterday afternoon?
I was wearing my jeans and my jean jacket.
Canadian tuxedo, very interesting.
Big fan.
All right. Question number 3. What were you doing at exactly 10:04 p.m. last night?
Still skateboarding.
Oh, she
Yeah.
really likes skateboarding. Isn't that crazy?
I still
Okay.
gotta learn that kickflip.
Interesting. It's all adding up.
No, trust me. I was just skateboarding.
Okay. We're still innocent so far. Question number 4. What is your favorite thing about science?
Definitely the explosions. I love exploding watermelons, pumpkins. Have you ever exploded a pumpkin before? That's cool.
Yeah, I did actually on Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite color?
Burgundy.
Burgundy.
Dark red.
Dark red.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And last question. What is your experience with eyes and the Couch Potato Lab?
I'll tell you what, Mackenzie. I actually got to be here for the very first episode of the Couch Potato Lab. So I've been around, and I've been around for, quite some years.
Okay. Well, I'm not convinced that it wasn't you two yet. I've gathered some pretty good notes here, so I'm going to add that to the evidence. Yeah. I'm not sure yet. We're going to have
Believe
to
me.
do more investigating, as some would say.
I would never do it to the Couch Potato Lab. I would never do this.
No, right? We care so much.
No.
You are guests here, so
You know-
who knows what guests are willing to do. Now we need to dig deeper. The interviews, they weren't enough. I need to find some solid advice. Now I've watched a couple CSI shows in my day, and I know the first thing that they're always looking at, these little things.
Fingers?
Fingers. But not just any finger. They're looking at the fingerprints. Now, fingerprints are very, very interesting because they're unique and they're not all the same. Every fingerprint is different. In fact, you have a 1 in 64 billion chance of having the exact same fingerprint as someone else. Now, that is such a low chance. So that's why scientists or forensic scientists are constantly looking for fingerprints on different things on the crime scene to figure out, so they can compare it to who might be the suspect and figure out if that person was touching or at that crime scene. Now, there are a couple different types of fingerprints. So you can see on the screen here, there's 3 main types. There is an arch, a loop, and a whirl. And they all look a little bit different. So we're going to be pulling up a picture for you here of the 3 different types, and you're going to be able to see. You can also see these different types in your lab manual. Now, there's a couple things that I find very interesting about fingerprints. Now, Kavina, from what I understand, we were chatting and having our coffee before, our supposed to be history episode, and I understand that you have an identical twin.
Yep, that is true.
Okay.
They are only 8 minutes apart.
Interesting. So then, I have a quiz question for you, Kavina.
Okay, let's hear it.
Do you think you and your twin have the exact same fingerprint?
Actually, I've learned this in biology, Mackenzie. It is a fact that twins don't even have the same fingerprints.
That is right.
Is that true? Yeah.
Your DNA is less unique than your fingerprint. So even your fingerprint is more unique than your DNA, which is the genetic material that makes us, us. Now we're going to do a little bit of biometrics. And biometrics is a science that uses humans' physical characteristics to identify them. Now we're going to dive a little bit more into different types of fingerprints, and that's called dactyloscopy, and it's using fingerprints to compare them. So, Mia, you know more about fingerprints. So do you, Kavina. Kavina, can you start us off?
Yeah, do you want to know how to look at your own fingerprint?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All you need is a white piece of paper, a pencil, and some tape, okay? Now, this is actually in your lab manual if you've printed it off at home. So, first thing you got to do is take your graphite pencil and give it a nice dark scribble. Keep scribbling until you have lots of graphite on that paper. Okay. That should be good. That much graphite in a nice pile. And, there we go. Now all you gotta do is take one of your fingers, pick your favorite one. I like thumbs. I like giving a thumbs up. And you're going to rub it on that graphite. So I'm gonna put it on my table and rub it all around. so you can get that graphite onto your finger. Now your finger pads have like lots of oil too to help grab onto things, and that oil will help the graphite stick. So you can thank your hand oils for this. Okay, we got a nice shiny thumb now. Grab a piece of tape just about the same size as your thumb. Rip it off. Bam, just like that. And now you're going to attach that sticky tape to your thumb. Like that. Okay? Now you want to just lightly press on it. Don't press too hard. But if you press lightly enough, it's only going to pick up the graphite on all of those ridges on your fingerprint. So lightly press down. Now, we're going to peel it off. And if you look, your fingerprint will be on that piece of tape. Now to see it more clearly, all you got to do is smack it down on a white piece of paper and attach it. Now, you got your fingerprint on that paper. There it is. Oh, it's a little splotchy. You can try again. Try as many times as you want, and then you can get a nice picture of your fingerprint. Now you can look at it and try to see what kind of fingerprint you have. So there's like hills, loops, and whirls, and it looks like mine is a loop and a hill.
All right.
Those
so did you know that you can also do different fingerprints on every single one of your fingers? So I might have an arch on maybe one of my fingers and then a whirl or a loop on another one. So it's going to be important for us as forensic scientists to gather the fingerprints of all of our different fingers. Now, Kavina, that was pretty small, and I don't know, I couldn't make an accurate, I couldn't accurately see your fingerprints. So is there a way that you can make that bigger for us?
Totally. Now, here's a little question. What's something that you can expand really easily, Mackenzie?
Expand really easily?
Yeah. Using...
I know.
Yeah?
A balloon.
Exactly, a balloon. All you need is a balloon. Put your fingerprint on a balloon. All you gotta do is blow it up and it'll expand that image to make it even larger to see. So instead of using the tape this time, I'm just going to use a marker, actually. All you gotta do is take a marker. This can get a little messy. And rub your whole finger in that marker. Please use a washable marker. Don't use a permanent marker because it's not good for your skin either. Okay, get ink all over that finger. Ooh, now I got a blue finger now. And I'm going to lightly press it onto the balloon. Perfect. Now, I'm just going to blow it up a little bit. Okay, that's big enough. So you don't need to blow it up gigantic, but big enough that it's about twice or 3 times the size as your regular fingerprint. And now you can really see that my left index finger it doesn't have any whirls and it doesn't have any loops. It's just a bunch of hills. So that was different than my thumb that had a loop.
All right, so we're just going to pull up those different types here on the screen, and we're going to be able to see exactly these arches that Kavina is talking about and the different loops and whirls. So there's the 3 different main types. We have an arch, a loop, and a whirl, and they all look a little bit different. So you can see that we're going to be able to use these different characteristics and these different like pictures or types to identify our suspects. So what we're going to do is, Kavina and Mia, I gathered your fingerprints before the show because I do that to everyone who comes into the studio. I need to make sure for security reasons.
What?
And what I'm going to do is we're going to be taking some fingerprints from around the scene, and then we're going to compare them and see if those fingerprints on the things that were moved and touched around the crime scene match yours. And if they are, then we know that you did it. But if they aren't, then we're going to have to keep on looking. So, Mia, how are we going to collect these different fingerprints off the crime scene?
So fingerprints can be anywhere you touch. So they can be all over the crime scene. But I have this ball right here, and I can see that there are some distinct fingerprints on here. And I think that we could look at these ones.
Yeah.
And so how this happens is your face is very oily. So if you want to try this at home, if you have like a bottle that's darker and you can touch your face and then you touch the bottle, then fingerprints should go on there. So then what I'm going to use to look at our fingerprints here is I'm going to put some baby powder on it.
Interesting. And most people have baby powder at home too.
Yeah.
If you don't have baby powder, you could always use a different fine substance like cornstarch or baking soda, something like that
Yeah,
will work
and
as
I'm
well.
just going to blow it. Maybe just try to take it off a bit.
You should be
Did
able
you
to
put too much on, Mia?
blow
Maybe a little
pretty
bit.
hard
Oh,
there.
I can really see them though.
Really? Let's see.
Perfect.
Whoa.
All right.
Let's see. Let's get a close up on that.
Okay, so you can see one right there.
Whoa.
There's one right here. And then there's a little one right here.
All right, so we're going to be able to use those fingerprints and see what type they are so that we can match them with so far our suspects, which currently is Mia and Kavina. So do you have any idea, what do those fingerprints, what type? Is it a loop, a whirl, or an arch? What do you think?
I think that they are a whirl.
A whirl.
All
Yeah.
three of them are whirls?
Yes.
They must have been touching it with the exact same finger.
Maybe they were like playing with it.
Maybe. Who knows?
Okay.
That's very interesting. So we have fingerprints. That's definitely a good one to get off the crime scene. But I'm just going to take a second and look around. Whoa. What's this?
Is that another clue?
Whoa. It says, put me on the show or this will happen again. Mwahaha.
Okay.
Can this be used
Whoa.
as evidence? Kamina, what can we do with this?
Yeah, hand it over, Mackenzie. I got just the thing.
Okay.
Well, first of all, we can assume that this is not a Sasquatch anymore because Sasquatch don't know how to type or write, but it's got to be a human. Now, I got just the thing. One second. We're going to take advantage of something called capillary action. Have you heard of capillary action?
I
Mia,
have.
Mackenzie?
Yeah, I went to ice camp before, and I think I did a butterfly activity on it or something.
Yeah, I've done it at ice camp.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you how it's done and then explain it, if that's cool.
Sounds good.
Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of nail polish remover, which has acetone in it. You can also do this with water as well. Put it in a container. Cool. Now we have this note, but I don't know what kind of pen this is written with. And if we can know what pen the suspect used, maybe that is a clue. Maybe that's another piece of evidence.
Plus, we'll be able
right?
to take fingerprints off that specific
Off the pen. Yeah. Okay.
Now
So-
we're on to something.
1 second. Okay, I gathered all the blue pens in the lab, so we'll try to figure out which one it is. Okay. Now, hold on a second. What we're going to do is compare all the pens and see how they react when they're mixed with the acetone. So I'm going to draw, oh, that is really strong. I'm going to write CPL.
CPL.
Do you know what
Couch
CPL
Potato
stands
Lab.
for?
Couch
Couch
Potato
Potato
Couch
Lab.
Potato Lab, you're right. I'm going to write CPL in all of these pens.
All right.
Oh, that stuff is really strong.
Well, it is nail polish
CPL.
remover.
CPL.
Okay.
What a nice acronym. Did I already do this one?
Nope. Yeah. Yeah.
Which one didn't I do yet?
I don't know.
I'll just do this one again. Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
Okay. Oh, it's this one I didn't do.
Now, Kavina, there is one thing I would suggest as a fellow forensic scientist is you're kind of touching the evidence. So next time I would recommend wearing gloves.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
It's
Whoops,
all good
sorry.
this time. I'll rule out your fingerprint. Just this
Thank
one
you.
time, though. Don't you think that if I find it on something else, I'm not using it as evidence? Because I am.
I'm scared to be here right now. Okay, so I'm going to take all of these and stick them in the acetone, and the acetone will actually crawl up the paper. And as it crawls up the paper, it pulls the ink with it, and you're going to see some cool designs. So I'm going to dip the edge of this in the acetone. Okay, it's crawling, it's crawling, it's crawling. don't know if you could see it. Oh, you can't see the words yet. But as you can see, the ink is going up the paper more and more and more. Whoa. Ooh. See what's happening to the words?
Whoa.
Yeah, they're all like getting drawn up the paper towel. So this is what happened to our test ink.
Okay.
Now, let's see what happens to the note, and then we'll compare.
Oh, so then the one that's most
Get it?
similar will know which pen it was.
Exactly, Mackenzie. So I'm going to rip a piece of this off to just give us some more space. All right, this is going in the acetone.
Whoa.
Okay,
Can you
if
lift
you're
it up
watching
a
from
little?
home, you're going to see this in 1 second. We just got to give it some time.
Oh my
See?
goodness.
Whoa.
Wicked. Yeah. So this is called capillary action. So what's happening is the acetone and the water, they have these charges, almost like a magnet, and they're kind of sticky. They stick to the paper towel. And as it's kind of like if you tried to climb a wall with like suction cups on your hand, you can get really high up that wall because you can stick to it. That's what the acetone is doing. It's sticking to the paper towel and working its way up. And it's crawling upward, defying gravity. Pretty sick.
Crazy.
All right.
So it's pulling the ink with it. Now, this
Yeah,
is the note.
compare.
This is the test. What do you think? Which ink do you think was used to write the note?
Well, if you look on that far left of the screen there, you know that one, it looks pretty similar. The one right on the end?
Yeah.
Right on the left there? On
The
on
one
this
under
side?
put. The one under put.
The one closest to my face?
No, other side.
Yeah.
There
Okay.
it is.
That one.
I think they look pretty similar. That was the pen, right?
Yes. So this one here,
Oh, yeah.
this was drawn with this pen.
Okay.
I got a good idea. I have a good idea. Maybe the suspect prefers to write with pen instead of marker.
Yeah.
So that is maybe a question we need to include in our interview.
Yes.
Interesting that you bring that up after your interview. I have to say, that is very interesting, and I'm going to keep that in mind as I bring
Mackenzie-
all of this information
You
to
know
our
my-
scientists. Speaking of which, we're getting a lot of information here, and I think it's time that we summarize what we've collected so far so we don't forget anything. So you know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to summarize it all on our lovely, helpful whiteboard for our evidence. All right, so we have suspect 1, which is Kavina.
It's not me.
Definitely might be guilty. Definitely might be guilty. Mia, she's acting pretty innocent over there,
No,
but also
It's not.
she could be guilty. I'm not taking her off the chart yet.
Jeez, I can't catch
Now,
a break.
I don't know. I'm not convinced someone else wasn't here either. Those feet are pretty big. So I'm going to put suspect 3. We might need that later. I don't know. We'll see how these two play out. And then I'm just going to put other information here. And as always, do not erase or tamper with this evidence. That is a felony. That's right. Okay, Kavina.
Mackenzie, you're scaring me today. You're so serious about this.
Well,
You really
someone
care about the
destroyed the Couch Potato Lab.
You really care about
This
the
place
potato
is
potato
amazing,
lab.
and I can't believe it. Okay,
It's true.
Kavina.
Yes.
We said skateboarding. Skateboarding.
Yup.
Denim.
Denim on denim every day.
Dark burgundy or something. Dark red.
Dark burgundy is
Dark
good.
red is good enough for
favorite
me.
color, dark burgundy.
What type? Let me fingerprint. What was it again?
It
You did
was,
your index finger.
It was an arc and a loop.
arc and loop.
Yeah.
Arc and loop. Oh, what was your favorite science again?
Exploding pumpkins.
Explosion.
Duh.
Okay, explosion.
Making pumpkin
Now,
pie in the air.
help me out here. Was there anything else?
Oh yeah, I didn't do it. That's
Ha.
a good piece of evidence.
Okay, moving on, because that is not something that we believe yet. Okay.
Okay.
Mia was
Went for-
TikTok.
yeah,
Watching
TikTok.
TikTok.
Big TikToker.
TikTok. Something about a pink dress.
Yeah.
Pink dress. Pink dress.
Favorite color is pink.
Pink. Fingerprint. What's your fingerprint?
Loop.
Loop. Loop. And I
loops.
remember you said biology.
Mhm.
Anything else you want to say for yourself right now, Mia?
Well, I can assure you I did not do this. I would never do this.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
I also don't
Not
have big
believing
feet.
it.
You know what? That seems there's a difference. This concrete, them subjective. Subjective
Oh.
means that they're putting their own opinions in it, and we don't like that here. We only like hard, cold evidence. So
Objective,
other
okay.
information. Okay, so we have a blue pen used in note.
Yeah.
Sand.
Lots of
And-
sand all over the place.
What
I
do
don't
you
know
mean
what they're-
sand?
Look at this. This is sand. I got
Sand.
sand here
Sand?
too.
Okay, wait a second.
Sand everywhere.
I cannot like just put sand up there. I need to know more about this
Yeah.
sand. Now, before we get started, come on, viewers, you gotta know who did it. Can you help me out here? If you have questions, suggestions, any tips, if your tip helps us come up with a suspect, we're gonna reward you real good. We're gonna reward you so well. And you know what we're gonna reward you with? More Couch Potato Lab episodes, because right now, if it's destroyed, we can't keep doing this, so we need to figure out who did it so we can get this show back up and running for tomorrow. Now, text those questions, suggestions, tips down to 306-570-1013. And also reach out to us on social media at Eyes Youth using that hashtag Couch Potato Lab, because we gotta figure out who done it. Now back to the sand. I don't know. What more can we do with
I
this
got
sand?
this thing. You know I'm a microbiologist, right, Mackenzie?
Yeah,
Mia?
I knew that.
You knew that too?
Yep.
Maybe
So
also
I'm
a criminal.
thinking
But
I'm gonna bring in my microscope today, and we're gonna do some microscopic stuff with this. Let's see if there's any evidence that we can't see with our own eyes. Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take a sample of this sand sample. I might have to go into the crime scene a little bit here.
That's okay, because we already got your evidence.
Okay.
But about those gloves, we really need to get you some gloves.
Okay. That
Oh.
should be enough.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it in a little tray,
All right.
and I'm going to use this microscope, and this is going to magnify this sand to about 40 times as large as it normally is. Okay. Now
Okay.
a magnifying glass, Mackenzie, you have one over
Oh,
there.
Oh my goodness, I have one right here.
It's great that you brought that today, but that can only magnify things to about 2 to 6 times as large, and that's still not big enough to see those really, really tiny things. So I've got 40 times microscope here. I just need to focus the image, and let's see if there's any evidence.
Oh my goodness, can I show? Let's show the viewers at home what you're
Whoa.
seeing. Look at this on the screen.
Check it out.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
Okay,
Is that what you're seeing, Kavina?
yes. Okay, do you see that red thing right there?
Yeah. What is that? Is it a worm?
Okay, judging by the pattern of, see, it kind of looks like spirally, right?
Yeah.
That is definitely a thread from a piece
Red.
of clothing.
Wait
A
a
red
second.
thread.
What
Yes.
about threads?
Yeah, okay. Oh, you were fast on this. Okay, this is good. It's good that we brought this up. Now, every different type of fabric has a different image under a microscope. Okay, so if you look, what's the really spiral one is cotton. That's the one we saw under the microscope.
Oh.
See? Now the ones like wool and like the cashmere, they have like those flakes because they're from a living thing.
Oh.
Well, cotton is too, but it look at like the polyester, it's very straight because it's synthetic.
Oh.
But that cotton one, it's spiral. It looks
Yeah.
like our threads. Let's go back to the image that I took on the microscope here.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, I definitely
'Kay.
see some.
Yeah, that is a red cotton string.
Wow.
Wow.
So our suspect must have been wearing something red.
Huh.
Yes.
Okay. I'll
And cotton.
definitely keep that. That is definitely some very, very good information.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so we done fingerprints. We found sand, which was crazy. We found a note. Okay, well, we've talked a little bit about DNA on other episodes. Mia, can we use anything like based on DNA for this crime scene investigation? I think that might be important.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah, for sure. It's really important to get someone's DNA. That could tell us a lot. And one way that we can get we can look at DNA is with a cheek swab, which Mackenzie has one. If you want to just quickly show it.
See, I always wondered why these were here. Like, what could we possibly need these
Yeah.
for? But I know. You're my suspects right now. And again, you guys think that you can just teach me all about this and not do it yourself? I think it's time. I
Hand
think
it
it's time
over.
you both do a DNA cheek swab. These are sterile right now, but they're soon to be filled with all of their DNA.
So inside
Oh.
every one of our cells in our body, there is DNA. The only cells in our body that don't have DNA are red blood cells. But our cheek cells will have DNA. And Mackenzie, what do you plan to do with these cheek cells? Like, how are you going to look at that DNA?
Well, for myself, I'm going to definitely get you guys to do the cheek swab and then put it in that sterile thing so we don't have any contamination, because contamination is not what we want here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to send it off to the lab so that they can really figure it out, because everyone's DNA is unique. And then I'm going to, take some of that DNA off the crime scene and we'll compare it. So if you can stick it on in, I'm going to take those from you again and I'm going to send them off.
But okay.
But Mia,
How does this go in?
is there something like what is going to happen? I know this takes some time and I'm going to have to send it to another lab, but can you explain and show me maybe exactly what they're going to be doing with this DNA when it gets to the lab?
Yeah, for sure. So
Perfect.
we took our cheek swab. They'll have it now. They can or separate the cells and look more in depth at them. But there's something that scientists use to really look at different DNA and to look at different suspects to see if the same people have the same DNA. So like if there was like some DNA here, then they would look at that and then they would take my DNA to see if it matches. So they use something called gel electrophoresis. I'm just going to pull this stuff up here. So what this is this is an agar, which is an algae, and it's kind of like gelatin, where when it gets hot, it hardens, but it makes more of a little bit of a matrix so that dye and stuff can still get through it. And so DNA is negatively charged. And also, like food coloring dye is also negatively charged. So that's what we're going to use instead of DNA today. But what's going to happen is because polar opposites attract, we're going to put our negative dye or our negative DNA on the bottom here, and then it is going to rise and separate the colors by their different charges and by how large the molecules are. And the way that we're going to do this is with a circuit as well.
Circuits.
Yes,
I've heard of circuits before. They have they involve lots of electricity, right?
Yes, for sure.
There is electricity in that thing.
Yeah. So I don't know if you can see well, but right here, yeah, you can see, there are little indents. So that is where we are going to put the dye. So I'm just going to, oops, this fell out a bit.
Need that electrode in there, Mia.
Yeah, that needs to be in there.
There
Okay,
you go.
so I am just going to quickly put some dye in each hole.
And you're using different colors, right, Mia?
Yes, I'm using different colors.
Okay.
Okay, so that's one. Sorry.
It's
No.
Take a little bit.
So in a lab, instead of using dyes, they would use DNA.
Like
Yeah.
your
So
cheek
today-
swab.
Yeah, like our cheek swabs. But today, we didn't have enough time to get the DNA to the lab and multiply it and then bring it back. So we're just using DNA to show you how to do it. You can actually do this at home. You just need to buy agar, which is at like stores, or you can buy it online as well. And you can create this little gel, and then you just send electricity through it.
Yeah.
If you're going to do this at home, make sure you're asking an adult for help, because when we're using electricity, we want to make sure that we're being extra careful.
Yes, exactly.
So it looks like you've got your dyes all set up, Mia. Is that right?
Yeah. So
all
now
right, what's the next step?
all of my dyes are in there. And now what I'm going to do is I have this buffer solution, and this is just going to help stabilize the electrons in the dye, which is taped.
Oh yeah, sorry. I taped it closed so it wouldn't leak all over my car on the way to the lab.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Mia.
It's okay. Hopefully I can do this.
How about I get the tape off Mia and
Yes,
you set up
please.
the circuit?
Thank you. Okay, so as I was saying before, our dye is negative. So what we are going to do is we are going to use the negative part of our battery there. So here's negative here. So I'm going to take these alligator clips, and I am going to place one on the negative side, like that. And then I'm going to place this one on the metal wire here.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's kind of like if you were to hold magnets like beside each other. If you put the negative side of one magnet and negative side on the other, they repel each other. So that's what's going to happen with the die and that negative charge. Is the negative charge from the electricity is actually going to repel the die and like push it to the other side of the gel.
All right.
Perfect. Okay, so now I have the buffer opened. And I'm just going to pour it on top of the agar.
Buffer. Nice.
Okay. And now I put the, this fell out. Stay in. Stay. Okay, and now I'm going to take the positive one and I put it onto the positive side like that. And then, ooh, it's already starting to bubble. Let's see if I can, I don't know.
Put your microphone up too. You can probably hear it bubble.
I don't know if I can, can I lift it?
Yeah. Lift it
Would
up.
that be okay? Okay.
Yeah, so this takes a little bit. Oh, you can already see it
Yeah.
moving
So
through the gel.
it is bubbling and then the colors are kind of mixing, but what's going to happen is that the colors are going to separate and then they're going to go up with how large the molecule is with its charge.
Yeah, so if we pull it up here on the screen, we have a picture. We tried this before, and you can see that in this picture, the colors started to separate. So it kind of looks like there's some blue, green, and yellow. And that's what Mia means by this different separation. So we're going to leave the one that Mia just made for a little bit. We'll come back to it later, but this is what it's going to look like when it's all finished.
So if you saw like in that picture, like we put a green dye in one of the columns and it actually separated into a blue and a green and then like a darker blue, and the yellow dye went the furthest down the gel, which means it was the smallest molecule.
Yeah. All right, so we've talked a lot about now DNA, we've talked about microscopes, gel electrophoresis, and you know, this is kind of fascinating stuff, and I'm trying to wrap my head around all of it and sort it all out so I make sure I don't get any of my evidence confused. So what do you say we take a little break from the crime scene, because it's becoming a little bit overwhelming. And you know what, I say we do a little science showdown.
Okay.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I've made a game here, kind of, and I'm going to show a picture of a really, really zoomed in image, and these pictures were taken through a microscope, kind of like those ones we were looking at before. And each of you are going to have to guess what these pictures are or where they came from. Now, I'll give you a hint. All of these pictures were sent to me by the forensic lab, and it's from evidence that I've been sending them as we've been collecting it here. So that might give you a little hint, and you might be able to start putting the pieces together. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that first one here.
Oh.
All right. And now, let's see. All right.
That looks like...
You get one guess each. Kavina, let's see what you think.
That's easily a peacock feather. You've seen a peacock
Yeah,
before. It's the
that's
exact
what
same
I was
colors,
thinking it
exact
was
same pattern.
too.
That's a peacock feather. So maybe...
Okay.
Maybe the person that came in had a pet peacock.
Interesting
Oh.
tactic. Mia, what do you think it is?
Well, it's very multicolored, but I really feel like it might be like, it's not a thread because we've already seen a thread. I feel like it has to do something with something in your body.
Interesting. All right. You know what? I'm going to give that point to Mia because it was actually a portion of a blood vessel that was actually grown in different fluids in a lab. So I'm going to give that
Blood vessel.
That point to Mia because she said something in the body.
Come on, Mia,
Here's
I'm so confident.
Oh, sorry about that.
Well, I just want to trash talk Mia for a second. Mia, I am confident I can win this competition. I'm going to come back stronger. And if you beat me, I'll buy you a Slurpee even.
Okay. Love
All
that.
right. Here is picture number 2. We'll put it on the screen for just a second.
Oh, I know what this is.
All right.
yeah.
Kavina, what's your guess? Nice and
Easy.
quick. No time to think.
Hair.
Okay, Mia, what do you think?
Yeah, I was going to say human hair.
Well, the answer is human hair. That's a point for each of you. All right.
Dang.
Here is picture number 3.
Whoa.
Oh,
Wait, keep it there for
And-
a second.
those are
That's
very...
it. Time's up. Mia, what's your answer?
Those were very different things, and I'm thinking like that could be found like in the ocean a bit. So sand?
Oh, okay. Kavina,
Ooh.
what do you think?
I'm gonna say shells.
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 Well, the correct answer was sand. So that's another point for Mia.
Oh.
We got a 3-1 little match happening here.
I did not know that's what sand looked like under a microscope.
that was a
That's
guess.
all right.
Just because it was on our crime scene.
Yeah.
And we got our 4th one here. Now this one's a tricky one.
I'm stressed.
Interesting.
Oh.
All right.
Whoa.
And Kavina, what do you think it is?
I'm gonna guess a wool sweater.
Wool sweater. Interesting. All right. And Mia?
I'm
Drum
gonna
roll.
guess a thread.
A thread.
I don't know.
You know what?
I really don't know.
I was looking for the answer of nylon.
Uh,
You're on the right track,
Oh.
but point for nobody.
Dang it! I was gonna say
I'm
a
being
nylon
toughie
sweater.
here. All right. And we got our last picture here. What do we think it is? Kavina.
That's a single cellular algae.
Interesting. Okay.
Ooh.
And Mia?
because Kavina said that, I'm gonna say it's agar.
Hagar.
Oh.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, it is a algae, so I'm going
Oh.
to give the point to Kavina. But our winner is Mia.
Yay!
Dang it!
Now,
Mia, I
before
owe
we
you
get
a Slurpee now.
no, Slurpees are her favorite. Now, before we get back into the evidence, the cold, hard evidence, I'm just going to remind you to text in your questions at 306-570-1013 and reach out to us on social media at Eyes Youth using that hashtag CouchPotatoLab. Now, I think we have a few things I can add to our evidence board
For
here.
sure, yeah.
So, all right, we've done, sand right down here.
Yeah.
Sand. Red
Fingerprints.
cotton.
Red cotton.
It was what kind of anything else?
It was a whirl fingerprint.
Whirl
Yeah.
fingerprint. Whirl
Whirls.
finger.
Neither Mia or I have whirl fingerprints.
Okay, you're kind of starting to sway my decision, so I'm gonna ask you to remain silent. Shum.
Okay.
All right, me and you viewers, it's just the two of us. We need to figure out if it was Kavina or Mia. Okay, sand, skateboarding, and TikTok. Aw, dang, that doesn't work. Whirl fingerprint, arch and loop. Ugh, that doesn't work either.
I tried to
Okay.
tell you, Mackenzie.
You're not supposed to be influencing my decision. Yeah, lips are sealed. Okay, red cotton. Pink dress, denim. Aw, dang, okay. Blue pen. Dark red is her favorite color. Pink is her favorite color. Dang, Kate, not Kavina. I guess it's not Mia.
Yes.
We got to go to suspect number 3. You know what? There's still one more person that it could be. You know who?
Who?
Sasquatch?
Yeah, you two can both collaborate now. We're a team.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't you two. I get it. I'm sorry I accused you. You know who I think it is?
Who?
I think it was Megan.
What?
Like our boss, Megan.
Our boss trashed the couch potato
Well,
lab?
who else would it
No.
be? She's the
No.
only other person with keys. And there wasn't any like broken windows or doors. It must have been Megan.
Mackenzie, I think you're losing your mind. I think you're just getting too overwhelmed. There's no way it could have been Megan. I think we just need to ask her.
Yeah, we need to go
Interview
back
her?
to the beginning. We
Yeah.
need to bring her in and we need to interview her. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. We're gonna call her out. 3, 2, 1.
Megan!
Megan!
Get out here.
Yes, hello? You rang?
Hi, Megan.
Hi,
Megan.
Yeah,
What do you...
just
What's
What
up?
do you... What do you...
we have a couple of very simple questions. Nothing going on here. We just
I'm a very busy woman, so
Yeah, we know, Megan. So, because you're so busy, can you please tell us what you were doing yesterday afternoon?
oh yeah, definitely. Yesterday I was at home. I'm so fortunate. I have this new yard, and it's beautiful, and I love it. So I was spending time on my luscious green grass and admiring my rocks and just like enjoying some me time yesterday.
Okay, interesting. And what were you doing at exactly 10:04 p.m. last night, Megan?
You'll never believe this. So one of my all-time favorite hobbies is night snorkeling. And it's really hard. It's really hard to do, especially with the beaches being so busy during the day. So I started snorkeling at night. And so I was in the lake and I was swimming and it was pretty hard to see. Night snorkeling takes this very special skill. But I was in the lake.
Okay, plug your ears for 1 second. You guys.
Okay.
Whoa.
This is a beach?
A beach.
A beach. Sand.
Sand.
Beach.
Okay.
Judy,
hey,
let me keep on.
have you seen her feet yet?
They have slippers.
I'll ask her about her. Okay, everything's good. Megan, what were you wearing yesterday?
Oh, see, here's the thing with night snorkeling is you do it at night. And then I had to be here really early in the morning to make sure that I could unlock everything and get the couch potato lab ready.
Yeah.
So I was actually wearing this.
Red. What are your pants made out of?
They're cotton.
Red.
And red.
Cotton.
Red and cotton.
Oh, okay. Cotton, guys. What? Can I see your feet, Megan?
Yes.
What is that?
These are my snorkeling slippers.
You guys, remember that was 20 inches. 20 inches.
Hand me the ruler.
Megan, nothing weird happened here. We're gonna measure your flipper.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's just like an average Wednesday. People measure my flippers all the time.
20 inches.
Okay.
Oh no.
What's your favorite thing about science, Megan?
Oh, if I had to pick, my favorite thing about science has to be chemistry and chemicals. I love mixing things together to make something new and seeing chemical reactions.
Wait a second. Can you
It's my
explain why
favorite.
this is empty?
I don't know.
It was
Normally
full
that
of
has
chemicals yesterday.
She took our chemicals. I know it. She
Okay.
took our chemicals.
Okay. What's your favorite color, Megan?
My favorite color is blue like the sky. I love blue.
You guys,
Blue.
the note was.
The note was
Hey,
blue.
Megan, what do you prefer to write with? Markers, graphite, pens?
Oh, definitely pens. Graphite gets on your hands and markers are just so messy, but pens are clear and they're consistent. I love writing with pen.
Knew it.
Okay, one last question,
it.
and I think I'm ready to come to a verdict. Megan,
A
what
verdict?
is your experience with CPL and eyes?
Well, it's what I do. It's my full-time job. I'm here. I help. I do all the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Behind the scenes.
Social media. I spend a lot of time in the office. I make sure that the team is here and ready to go, and then I get to watch the show every day.
Huh? But you've never been on the show before, hey, Megan?
Unfortunately, I haven't.
This all makes sense.
Are you?
Okay,
Are you
let's collaborate here.
Yeah.
I think
all-
it was Megan.
It was Megan.
Okay, we
let's-
know it's her for sure, but why would she do something
You
like
know what?
this?
I'm prepared to tell her and to make the decision. Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna make her. She's guilty.
Yeah.
She's very guilty.
Megan,
Yes.
there is some things going wrong here, and you can tell that this whole place was destroyed, and it was you. You're guilty.
I can't. It looks fine. It looks like it normally looks. I can't be-
Guilty.
I have done nothing. I'm just here. I do my job. I stay in my
Meg-
office. You
Megan.
called me out here.
Megan,
Guilty.
it's settled. You're guilty. What?
Prove it.
You're wearing red cotton pants.
Yep.
Let me. You know what? One more thing.
Yep.
What's in your pocket?
Well,
If there's anything in your pocket that matches, it was you.
I got some beach sand, and I've got my flashlight from snorkeling underwater, and I've got my work pens.
Work pens, sand.
That's
Okay,
all.
Megan, that is cold hard evidence. It was you. What was your motive? Why would you do this?
Come on, be honest. Fess up. It's
Guys,
okay.
Please, come on.
Friends. We're all friends here, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
of
of
course.
course.
The thing is this is our 46th episode, and I get to watch all you guys have fun every day, and
Yeah.
and I just sit in my office, and Covey can be so boring. And I just feel so alone, and at least like he and Ken's and you guys get to come out here and be on the show, and you get to talk to the kids, and I don't.
Okay. You know what, Megan? I get it. You did all this because you just want to be on the show, and you're on the show here. You know what? We'll give you a clean slate
Yeah.
as soon as you do a dare.
Yeah.
Then we'll call it a
Dare.
clean
That's a
slate. We'll get this all back
Oh,
in order
no.
for tomorrow. We'll
That's a
have
good-
another episode, and it'll be all good. Are you
That's-
ready?
yeah.
After this dare, I am forgiven.
Yeah,
And
forgiven
I'll
after
help
this dare.
I'll help clean up after and
Okay.
everything too, guys.
Deal. We'll give you the vacuum.
Okay.
What What should we do?
Dare.
Mia, hand me that shirt. That
Okay.
ice shirt. Yeah.
Oh no.
Megan?
Wait, is this the ice tradition dare?
Yeah, blindfold
Ooh.
yourself, Megan.
You need to blindfold yourself here. This is ice tradition.
Hey, Kavina. Yeah. Grab the potato. Grab the potato from behind
potato.
you. Grab the potato. Yeah, grab the potato.
Okay, I can't see anything.
Okay. You have to give this object a smooch.
A smooch?
A smooch
On camera?
on camera, Megan.
Okay.
It's a dare.
I guess if this means I'm
Pucker
not-
up.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. Bring it in.
Mwah.
Ah.
Oh, it was so prickly.
Oh, you didn't have the blindfold.
What did I smooch?
Our good old potato friend.
Potato.
Ha, Megan.
Oh,
Okay. Well, we get it.
Oh.
We'll get you on the show here again.
Sounds
I mean,
great.
thanks for coming out here. No
Yeah.
thanks for wrecking the set, but we'll get it all cleaned
We'll
up.
get it.
and
I'll help you. I'm so
Yes.
sorry.
all good, Megan. We get it.
But thank you for letting me come on the show.
Oh, it was just a great time.
It was so good.
I'm
Yeah.
glad you came.
All right, I guess it's back to work for me.
Round of applause for our boss, Megan.
All right.
Very good. Yeah, maybe, next time if you're going to do it, don't make it so obvious. Those flippers gave it away.
You know,
Oh, goodness.
the fact that we made her kiss this sprouted potato made it all worth it.
It
was pretty-
is
yeah.
true.
That's a good dare.
That
Plus,
was a really good
You
dare.
know what? We saved ourselves from having to do an entire episode on the history of scientific theory. We said it was exciting, but it's really not that exciting.
Yeah,
but
this was so much more fun.
yes. And luckily, we are going to end our show with one of the most exciting parts, and that is Ask a Scientist. Alrighty. All right, here we go. We have a couple questions to answer here. And our very first question comes from the Hayes brothers. And that
Hayes
is,
brothers?
which type of fingerprint is the most common in the world? Kavina, what do you think?
This is really interesting because we actually found this with our three suspects. The most common today between me, Mia, and Megan was the loop. That was the most common. And actually in the world, 60% of the population have loops as well. So that is the most common fingerprint.
All right. Now, question number 2 also comes from the Hayes brothers, and they want to know,
Hello.
are our fingerprints and toe prints the same? Mia?
That is a very, very good question. And no, they are not the same. All of your fingerprints and your toe prints are all different, but they can be very similar to each other.
All right. Now, our third question is, why didn't anyone suspect Mackenzie? That's me. Huh. Well, the reason why is because it wasn't me. And you know what? I knew that. I knew it in my heart. It wasn't me. And I came here after all of them, and it was already trashed. So it wasn't me. And, it was Megan. So what are we going to do? Now we know. It is all good. Now, did you have fun?
This
So
was
much
fun.
fun.
It was a little stressful. I could see why being a forensic scientist would really keep you on the edge of your seat, to keep you on your toes every day. I think it'd be a really fun job.
And you're always discovering new things, and as soon as you get that new piece of evidence, it honestly changes everything. Like, if we didn't have that sand, who knows if we would have ever been able to figure out it was just Megan.
It's true.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a really fun time today, and I'm so glad that we got to solve this mystery together. And we're going to be having another great show here tomorrow, but I think that's all we have today. So we just want to thank you at home for all of your help in solving this mystery, and of course just being here each and every day supporting us and our show here at the Couch Potato Lab. I think that's everything.
Yeah,
So
that's everything.
From all of us, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.